anyone who works in quality department might be able to answer that FQA is final quality assurance. That means if the product is finally done and ready to ship, that's the one step before that, that a person is there, a QA is called QA, quality guy, auditor, on the floor manufacturing, who is inspecting the final unit. And that's what the step is called, FQA step, or the person is called FQA, final quality audit or final quality assurance. Okay. What are the skills you need? It depends what are you inspecting. And usually the person who's inspecting has the guideline and the spec with him or her that he has to follow to make sure like there are no scratches on the unit, or there are no broken parts, depending on if it's a PCBA or it's a, for example, if it's a car, you know, depending on what part of the car you are inspecting, if you're checking the end-to-end car should not have any visible dents and should be running fine, the wheels should be okay, turning it on, you know, those kind of things. There usually FQA has a checklist or a spec with them to inspect, that they use as a reference to inspect the unit. So not a special skill, but to understand things how they work would help. So that's for FQA. IQA is little different. IQA is for incoming quality audit. Incoming quality audit means, like, let's say you are making the material, taking the material from different suppliers, and then you're making your own product. Okay, so you have a quality person who is doing like a sample inspection for you when the material is coming from a supplier, and checking and inspecting it. And again, there can be a checklist, or there can be some mechanical drawings if it's a mechanical part, to see and measure, to see the measurements. And so that's a skill an IQA might require, is that to learn how to read AutoCAD drawings, mechanical drawings, and to see what kind of measurements they need to do, vernier caliper, micrometer, or, you know, measuring the depth with the CMM. That's a machine. So those are the things that you need to learn. There are courses for that, but nothing like that you cannot learn on job if you have a supervisor. Here is a story. I started my career as an FQA. I was very new in this country. I was 20-year-old. And, you know, the very first job I got is like, okay, come to the floor, manufacturing floor, and become FQA. I had no clue, like, what am I doing or what I'm not doing. So when I was able to, but then I had a very good supervisor who trained me how to become an FQA. What are the things that I think I should have done different is, if somebody would have given me end-to-end idea, like I was explaining that what is FQA, or what are the expectations, or, you know, what are we shipping, that if you know, then you can help in correlating and connect the dots, and that would really help you to become a good FQA. And as a value add, you can add a value add rather than just being a checkpoint, right? It could be that you look at the checklist, or you look at that, hey, this point is moot, or because at the end of the day this thing is hidden if when you're putting it, or, you know, this point is critical and you're not checking it. Those kind of things, which would be a very value add for an FQA person to give to the manufacturing engineers, or to the process engineer, or to the customer. Okay. And for IQA also, the other thing uh, that I think I should have done different is learn how to read the mechanical drawings. When I joined IQA, I did not know how to read mechanical drawings. It was a rough ride for me. And then I went to Google and, you know, learned from YouTube. And luckily my supervisors I've been very good in terms of getting good managers so far, knock on wood. So my supervisor was really good. And he also, tried to give me some guidelines during the lunchtime, that this is how you should read it. And then it was a piece of cake. Uh, Once you get that idea, it does not take much time, but once you have an idea, it can really help you to, you know, beat that learning curve in your job and get to become a part of the team. So those are the things I think I should have done different had I known. process engineer. I was a process engineer in a contract manufacturer. What is contract manufacturer? Contract manufacturer is someone they who don't ship their own labeled products to the market. They make something for a customer and they ship those products. For example, Foxconn. Foxconn is a contract manufacturer. It's called CM also. They make phones, iPhones. But you don't see Foxconn name on the Apple iPhones, right? They are the one even though making them. The Apple is OEM and Foxconn is a CM. So I was a process engineer at a CM before. And when you are a process engineer or manufacturing engineer at CM, what is different from, and NetApp is a OEM, like Apple, because we see NetApp servers or the racks in the market. Okay. So when you are in the process engineer at the CM, how it is different because you are getting requirements and the guideline and the expectations from the customer. Like NetApp is giving or Apple is giving to Foxconn that, okay, these are my requirements, this is my passing rate, this is my design, everything is there. You make for me and you ship for me. And if there are quality issues or process issues or bottlenecks, report to us, we work together, we are the partners. Okay, that kind of a thing. So the challenges that I had when I moved to NetApp was, of course, I was now on the other side of the table, OEM world. There is no more cushion. So it was very interesting to see that the OEM has its own challenge, that how product development ideas comes or how the engineering development happens at the OEM levels, because those things when they are happening at CM or at the contract manufacturing level, it's like you already made up your mind. Like when Apple goes for a prototype to CM, they already made up their mind that they're going to do it and they're going to do some testing. Before that, it's a lot of work that happens in the labs and in the engineering, and that I was not aware of it at all. So that was a total mindset for me that, wow, okay, product marketing also look at the competition and the level to see where they stand in terms of product portfolio, and at the same time, how that relates when we really launch the product. Those were the new things for me to learn. Yes, definitely. I had some mentors. Like I said, I've been very lucky in terms of good managers. I had an awesome managers who were always ready to support me. And what really helped me to reach to the next level was, I was there for a while, and I started taking on the additional projects and additional tasks, which really gave me more visibility. And I started doing more and more cross-functional and special projects, which were not part of my daily R&R. It was just those things where I just wanted to learn new things. So I told my manager and my director, my manager's manager, that I want to do this, so make me a part of it. I want to learn something new, and that gave me visibility, and really helped me to learn from my mistakes and make more connections. And when the opportunity came for a management position, I was able to apply because of that at the and give an interview for it. Oh wow! I dealt with one. One thing I really want to say, that people are not really have any intent to sabotage the work when they get. Nobody has intention to come to a work with the intention that, okay, today I'm gonna go and argue with this person or shot that person down, right? So that for sure one should keep in mind when you meet unreasonable person, because it could be that he looks unreasonable to you, but from his side he's making a sense, right? So I had a person, we were having a tight situation, a supply scenario, a situation, and a quality escalation at my current work, and it was impacting every product line that we have. But this person was escalating at every day, like twice a day, on that, no, supply is a problem, my program is at the stake, we will not be able to call timeline. And things were escalating to SVP level, where I have to work extra to keep showing the same data and daily give them updates that what is happening. And then what I did is, I called a meeting 101 with this person and told him that, look, what you are doing is not changing the supply situation. It's just adding a work and adding more meetings on your calendar and at my calendar. If you want to do that way, I'm okay. But next time, if I'm doing this, I'm going to tell that you are not the only product that is impacted. I'm going to show them the impact of overall product on the spectrum and then see where your product lies. And that way you can see the big picture rather than seeing that how the supply situation is impacting only you. And then he took a pause, and then he said, show me what you mean. And then I showed him that, look, I have 7 products that are impacted because of this product situation. I have one product which has a customer shipment due in 2 weeks. You are at the firmware level development only. You are no way you can make a noise and add whatever you want to that your timeline is impacted, but you're very early at the stage. If I put all the product lines, you will see where you are. And then he saw it, because since every product line is different manager, he was not even aware of it, and I did not know that he didn't know. And then he looked at it and he was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know that a supply is impacting all the products, and this is where my product stands. And you're right, that product A is a priority because that will give us revenue. So I'm like, yes, that's where I'm trying to tell you that having more meetings will not change my situation. I can work with you, I can give you update, maybe a weekly if the situation changes, to help you sync up your timeline. But if you still want me to give an update, I'm going to show everything to a management to tell them where we are. And then he said, no need for that. He will take care of it. And so it's more like a communication, I would say, and keeping things open, and put the things in the common pool kind of information, that okay, this is where I am coming from, and try to understand where that person is coming from. He was looking only from his product side, right? That okay, my product will be at risk if I am not getting a material. My product is at risk. He did not know that other products at what level they are. And it's not a uncommon problem in a big companies. So um, that's what it is. You have to work with them sometimes, and communicate the issue. And that would be my advice, that show them everything that you can from you and whatever you can. And if things are not going to work, then unfortunately you have to include the management to go as a workaround. But try at your level first, because it really helps in improving the relationships. There's no straightforward answer for this. There's a very gray area. What is being valued is totally different, right? uh, People can have, you can have a person in your team who is damn good and damn smart, and I had one like that. And he was like, you know what, you give me a work, I will do it. That's all I want. I do not want to be bothered. Then I had a person who is like, give me more, where I can go and present, where I can do more cross functional, because I want to show them my face, where I can go to management, right? So it depends what your team members want, and how do they want to be valued. If how can we find out? You can find out by, of course, by talking to them. By 101s are the best platforms for that, where you can start with, and you can ask them that what do you really want, or what do you aspire for. So that would really help when you will to understand that what that person wants to be more valued, feel like, right? If that person wants more limelight or more core functional projects, then as a manager, it's your responsibility to help him or her. If that person is more in technically strong and don't want to be bothered, so be it. You have to make sure that you know he is in a comfort zone. If he wants to be, he doesn't want to mingle too much. It's a personal choice. Or if a person is like, I want to be have different learning or different thing, it all depends what a person wants. Okay. Okay, so the next question is, now you have transitioned as a program manager. Yes. Why you made that transition? Hmm. So I have done FQA, I have done IQA, I have done manufacturing process engineer, industrial engineering, I did MBA in operations, but program management is the one thing that was missing. And I was trying to do that for a while. And the reason was that being in the program manager, you get more cross functional, and you get to know the end to end operation or a supply chain idea. That really helps you. Now I know that how NPI works in terms of development with the engineering timeline, what are the qual development timeline or stakeholders you have to deal with, and how the factory, when the factory works, what are the issues that comes. You can see everything as a program manager, and and get the idea. So if you have a program manager and you have a manufacturing background, you can really question the people, and you can have value add. You can tell them that, okay guys, this is not right, this can be option for you or something. And at the same time, it helps you to grow in your career, because now next, you already done manufacturing, you have done quality, you have done program management, you have done end to end spectrum. So it really will help to grow at next level. That's how I was seeing my career graph. That okay, engineering done, this is done, what next? Program management, let's do it, let's try to get it done, and learn how exactly things work in terms of as a PM, as an OPM. So that's the reason I made that. Whenever I join, or yeah, whenever I'm transitioning to the things, I try to understand what is my team main core responsibility, R&R. What are our deliverables, who is our customer, and at the same time, what are the team structure, and the key stakeholders that our team work with. That would really help if you can learn that in first few weeks, that this is the thing that you're responsible for, the whole team is for, and this is what you have, these are your customers, these are your inputs, these are your outputs. That would really help you to understand that okay, this is what is expected from me, and this is what I can do, and maybe this okay I can do, and this I cannot do, I might need help. So it will help you whenever you transition to lay down your own path, right? And you can meet the people at the same time, with new people, and introduce yourself to learn that okay, this is what I'm going to do, what were you getting us from us before. So that will help you to not only make a rapport with other people, but at the same time set up your own expectations that okay, this is what it is, and maybe it will take me 3 months or 6 months to learn or get up to speed and become expert of this. Or you know what, my learning curve would be small because I already know this, and it will be piece of cake. Okay, so those are the things that can really help you if you can understand, and you can ask your hiring manager or wherever you're going that what what does team do, what are the specific requirements, specific deliverables, expectations, and the customers, stakeholders that we deal with, and the team structure, that how exactly the information flows here, right? Those kind of things would help you. when I started my career, started my career as an industrial engineer, and industrial engineering is one of the areas that I can definitely support or guide kids. Uh, Industrial engineering, the one big thing of industrial engineering is it's very wide. It can go either way. People can go to planning, people can go to supply chain, people can go to manufacturing, quality, and in manufacturing quality also you can go to medical, non-medical, or plastic industry, automotive industry, or you can go to data analyst or data engineering. So there are different ways. What I can help you with is try to help you to find out what are your strengths or where you want your career to be. Maybe you're like, I'm okay to join manufacturing, but I see myself as a development or in a product management side in the future, or the BU side. Then okay, if you want to, maybe I can help them that if you're in this stage of your career, continue this. Maybe you need to do extra classes or start changing your career towards this, transition little bit, start tilt your career if you really want to do product development. Because if you stay on this path, you will not be able to product development or product management. Those kind of things I can definitely help, and I do help. We have in Western Digital, we have this operational rotational program where we get new grads, and the new grads, we get them for like the rotation program. They rotate every year in one team to another. So I try to coach them, to tell them that okay, if you have done this planning in this rotation, try to do this kind of a role to help you getting better idea, and those kind of things. uh, that's where I think I can I add value to them, and to their career path. That like, if you have done program management as a rotation and you already done planning, maybe you want to try supply side next, those kind of things. Or try to gauge that what do you like, what did you really like on of this rotation. If you really like PM, maybe you can start doing this kind of a job as a long term once you're done with the rotation. So that those kind of things I can definitely help the people with.